All right, next thing we're going to talk about is the PHI Remover, also a batch-driven tool. Let's start by looking at the raw files here in a couple ways. First of all, I've got a folder structure here where I've got source files. These are the ones we're going to change. I've got 3 files in there. 2 835 remittance files, 1 837 professional claims file. I also have an archived folder, which is empty. And I have a cleansed file folder that I created. This is where the result is going to go after I remove the PHI. This batch-driven utility wants to know where we're going to start. What's our starting folder? And that's going to be PHI Remover source files. That's where we're just looking at the beginning files. We can always search a subdirectory if we so choose. The destination folder, I'm going to put it in that folder called cleansed files. So it's going to make a copy of whatever's in the source, blot out all the names and IDs and birth dates, etc., and put the cleansed file in this folder. And then optionally, if I leave this blank, it will not archive, but if I enter a folder here, it will archive the original files, unchanged and untouched. So once I've done that, I select Remove PHI, and it went that quick. It went through the 3 files. It tells you how many it processed and how many and how long it took. It took less than a second to do that. So if we go back to our directory structure here, our source files folder is now empty. Our archive folder keeps the original file. The only change we make is to the file name, and we put a little date and time stamp on the end just so you know it's been processed, but we did not change anything in terms of content of the file. And the cleansed file folder, this is where our newly created files with 0 PHI, and it will take the original file name and it will put no PHI on the front of the file name. So here is our before, and you'll be seeing in a second the same file cleansed. So you could see that the subscriber IDs have been turned into X's, the subscriber names have been turned into X's, but you'll also notice we leave a little breadcrumb behind. So we'll keep the first character intact of all these values, so you can sort of always be able to kind of point back when you're doing troubleshooting or what have you, what the original values were while still keeping them completely cleansed.